What's up? Pokerbrandon here. This was a 2-3 no limit hold'em hand played at the Gardens Casino in Hawaiian Gardens, California. I invented a new term for the UTG. We are going to call it the UTG. So, seeing Ace King in the UTG, I decide that I'm going to open this hand. I think 100% of the time, if you just fold this pre-flop in a 2-3 cash game, you're just losing an opportunity to make money. Ace King is a hand you want to play. So I decide I'm going to limp raise because my VPIP isn't too low, so there shouldn't be too much suspicion. I would say I was about 10 to 15% right here. But my plan fails because almost the whole table limps in behind me and checks behind me, and I end up having to go 7 ways to a flop. It's probably worst case scenario. Flop is ace queen 2. This is also why I don't like to limp raise a lot of the time, most of the time, but it tends to sometimes work out in your favor. This time it didn't, so I'm 7 ways, it checks to me, and when you're 7 ways, you just have to have 2 pair or better. That is just the standard rule that you should apply when you play poker in a cash game. Top 2 pair or better when you're 7 ways, 8 ways, 6 ways, 5 ways, and then 4 ways you can kind of start betting your single pairs. But anyway, so seeing ace queen 2, I just have to check because there could be a queen 2 out there. There could be an ace 2. There could be all club draws might put out a bet, sets of 2s. Strangely enough, believe it or not, there could be a set of queens out there. I know that's hard to believe. But low jack ends up betting 10, and then hijack calls, cutoff calls, and I just have to call though. With that sizing there, even though I'm in the worst position, a call I think is just the only option. A raise here I think is dumb because if you raise, you don't know if your low jack player has ace 2 or ace queen or a flush draw. So if I raise and then he re-raises, where am I at? Where am I at really? I'm basically raising to fold because if he re-raises me, I have to put him on 2 pair at least, right? But then there's the chance he has a flush draw and he's re-raising. So you kind of don't want to re-raise because you're just going to put yourself into a tough spot that it's very unnecessary. The $10 to win the pot of 60 is reasonable. So I just make the call. And I just don't want to see a club on the turn. As long as we don't see a club, preferably no 3, 4, or 5, or no king, 10, or jack. That would be pretty amazing. So the turn is a 4 of spades. Now, this is not the worst card, but at least it does not bring in the club draw because you got to believe there might be a club draw in one of these guys' hands when you're going 7 ways to a flop. So actually I do feel like I could put out a bet here and sort of block my low jack opponent from checking around in case they all had a draw, but at the same time he could still have 2 pair, and I think the smart decision here was to check to the low jack and then reevaluate depending on what he does. So he bets $15, and then the hijack calls, and then the cutoff will call. Now this is where I applied some logic. So when I check it to the low jack and the low jack bets only 25% of the pot, logically, that is never going to be a strong hand. That's never going to be 2 pair or better because 2 pair or better hands want to protect their hand. So it's more of a scared bet. It's more of a block bet. So now I started to feel like he might have a draw. And then the logic behind hijack just calling is he's capped. So he's also capped at not having a strong hand because he would raise. And same with the cutoff. He doesn't have a strong hand because he would really raise because there's so much money to just take down when it just calls to him. So at this point, I do feel like now I have the best hand. And because I have the best hand now, Now my logic is I want to protect my hand and I want to take down this pot. There are 2 flush draws on board. There's clubs and spades. I don't want to see either one of them on the river. So I jam my entire stack for value to protect my ace king. Low jack ends up making the call. Everybody folds. The river is a jack of spades. I don't really like it. I lose to ace jack. I lose to ace queen, ace 2, ace 4. But my opponent tells me he has queen 10. And then I show my hand and he mucks. And then I win. So, yeah. So I think I was right. I think logically it was just a perfect read. I think we got both of our opponents in the hijack and cutoff to fold their draws. And for some reason, the low jack just probably put me on a draw because my play did look like a draw. Anyway, I'm Pokerbrandon, and I'm out.